Good morning class, I am Govind Vyas. Today in this lecture, we are going to do question number 4 of exercise 10.1. Okay, fine. So, question number 4 says, what will be the locus of a point equidistant from 3 collinear points? See, in question number 3, the question was exactly similar, but only difference was in that question, in question number 3 points were non-collinear, but in the question number 4, which we are going to do now, in this the 3 points are collinear, right? Those were non-collinear, right now collinear. So it means to say that the 3 points are on the same line. So let this is the line, a straight line. Okay, these 3 points are on this particular line. Say the first point is, I am giving it name A, another point is I am giving it name B, and the third point is C. I am taking this as the straight line. These are collinear, these are situated on the one common single line. Okay, fine. So we have to find its locus. Okay, its locus we have to find. So locus means, as you are very familiar now, that we have to find a point which is at equal distance from all these 3 points, fine. So let, I am assuming that this is the point, I am giving it the name P. Okay, whatever name you can give, A, B, C, you can also give it name D, you can also give it name O, because no name is mentioned in the question, so you can give any name from your mind. Okay, I have given it the name P. So basically this question wants to say that, prove that P is at equal distance from A, from B and from C, or I can say PA equal PB equal PC. I have assumed any point P, which I am assuming that at equal distance from A, from B and from C as well, right? This distance and this distance is equal. Okay, so first we will write given. What is given to us? 3 collinear points, naming A, B and C, right? And what we have to prove? We have to prove PA equal PB equal PC. This is what we have to prove, because this will prove that distance of P from all these 3 points is equal. If this distance becomes equal, then this is locus, right? We have to prove this. Or we can also say that P is that common point which is equidistant from all these A, B, C, right? Okay. So for this, we will there are 3 points. We will choose a pair of points individually to prove them equal, right? So from A, B, C, firstly we will select AB. For this we have to do some construction. Or let we shall solve it. Say we have taken first only this part. There are 2 triangles, we have taken only this part. Okay, so I am solving it here. This is point A and take this as point B. Okay, where do they meet? They meet at any point. I can give it name P. Yes, it meets at P. If you remember theorem 10.1, what did the theorem say? The theorem said that if 2 sides are equal, 2 sides of the triangle are equal, these 2 sides are equal, and if you draw a perpendicular from this point, then due to this perpendicular, due to this 90-degree angle, the base, this will be divided into two equal parts. Again, go to theorem 10.1, we also solved it. In that, we understood that if two sides of a triangle are equal, then from this particular vertex, if we draw a perpendicular, then the third side will be bisected, right? That means this is equal to this. Both these are equal given to us, and due to this perpendicular, these are two equal parts. This is what our theorem says, right? So I will give this line a name. See over there, I will give it name D and E. Okay, let DE that perpendicular due to which AB is bisected. Okay, fine. E, it is at 90 degree at point E. Okay, so we will write it here. In triangle PAB, what did we do? We know that PA equal PB. PA is equals to PB. We are taking it, assuming it PA equal to PB, right? We are assuming that PA equal to PB. Why? Because we took this as an assumption. We are taking it, right? PA equal to PB. So if PA is equals to PB, then if we draw a perpendicular, DA is perpendicular on what? AB. DE is a perpendicular on AB. Okay. So by theorem 10.1, AE is equals to BE, A is equals to EB. Okay, the first part is solved now. Okay, now similarly, like we did this, we have to do this also. Okay, now the same thing will be applied for this particular triangle. What? PBC. See, in this triangle, what did we do? We drew a perpendicular due to which this was bisected. And when does this theorem apply? When both these sides are equal. The main part of concentration on this is this line DE. Okay, this line DE. This is 90-degree angle. 90-degree angle. This is not a main focus, you know, the main focus is line DE and 90-degree angle. Focus on this. Okay, similarly, we will go for this part, this triangle. Okay, so let me erase this first. If is the appropriate word here. We know that is not an appropriate. If is the appropriate word here. Fine. Now, for this triangle, in triangle PBC, okay, PBC. In PBC, I will draw this part here like I drew this. This is point B and this one is point C, and where do they meet? At P. Okay, they meet at point P. Okay, I will write it little bit higher. In triangle PBC. Okay, same thing. We will draw a line of 90 degree here. We have used name to DE. Now we will use F and G. FG is the line. Same thing is going to be for this one. What? If here was PA and PB, now we are saying PB and PC. If PB is equal to PC, if PB is equal to PC, if this side is equal to this, if both of them are equal, and when we draw a perpendicular, so according to the theorem 10.1, if PB is equals to PC, then what will happen? We drew a perpendicular. GF is a perpendicular on BC. On BC. Symmetry like this. So by theorem 10.1, what? It will be bisected. BF will be equal to CF. BF equal CF, right? So the main concentration is here, line, the perpendicular GF. Okay, GF, and where? What about this? DE. Okay. Now notice one thing. This is P. Now notice one thing. D is a line somewhere here, right? Why I have drawn this line here? Because this line DE bisect AB. AB is here. I am drawing a 90-degree line which is bisecting AB. DE line in this figure is actually located somewhere here. Okay, I will plot their names. DE. This is 90 degree, like this is 90 degree, this is 90 degree, right? Okay, again about this, GF is a line. What is its actual location? Its actual location is somewhere here, right? It's somewhere here. Give it the name GF, and GF forms an angle of 90 degree, like we mentioned here, right? This is 90 degree, so this is 90 degree. And why I have drawn GF here? Because it bisects BC, it is bisecting BC, right? Now notice one thing, DE and GF, they both make 90 degree angle. This is 90 degree and this is 90 degree. And if two lines are placed in such a way that they are making equal angle in this manner, this is 90 degree and this is 90 degree. What kind of angles are those? Those are corresponding angle, right? So I would like that you write it, because I have to erase this. Likewise, you have studied in the previous classes, if there are two lines, one line is intersecting them, what is the relation between both these lines? This angle will be equal to this angle. Why? Because of corresponding angle. Same thing goes for both these lines. Okay, both these lines. This is 90 degree and this is 90 degree, right? So what relation both these angles have? They are corresponding angle, right? So I will write here angle DEB is equal to angle GFC. F is here. GFC, what? 90 degree, because of corresponding angle. I am writing only initials. They form corresponding angle, and corresponding angle always forms when there are two lines, minimum there are two lines. So we can say that DE and GF are not the single line, they are two different lines. If they are two different lines, then how can a common point be plotted there? See, P is here, right? On GF there is a point P. I drew some figure here on which P, A, B and DE. If DE and GF are two different lines, how is it possible that P can be on both the points? that is for sure P can never be on two different lines, right? This may be a collision between the concept. So that means DE is parallel to GF. They are different lines. This statement means that P, we cannot obtain a point P which is at equal distance from all these 3 points A, B, C. If 3 points are collinear, we can never obtain a locus, or we can never obtain a point which is at equal distance from all these points. Notice this by this figure. Suppose P is here. Now see it, visualize this. P is here. Maybe this distance is equal to this one, but take this as 10 centimeter. Take this as also 10 centimeter. We can accept that this and this one is equal, but can this also be 10 centimeter? Never. It will be slightly lesser, right? It will be slightly lesser, like 6 centimeter, 7 centimeter, or whatever it may be. But all these three distances, this one, and this one, they can never be equal. This statement proves that this line and this line, both of these are different lines because they are parallel. So P cannot be on both of these lines. Either it can be on this line or it can be on this line, not on the both lines, right? Because that is a collision. So you can say that because of this statement it is false. So P, we can never obtain a point which is at equal distance for 3 collinear points, right? Okay, I hope you understood this, and if you are having any doubt you can contact us. Fine. So like this channel, share and subscribe. Thank you.